Welcome to BaseballGuys.com. I'm Ray Flowers. Going to go through the news today in today's edition of Around the Horn, starting off with Doug Davis in Milwaukee. Signed a one-year deal for a little over $4 million with an option. Brewers looking to bolster a pitching staff that really doesn't match up to the offense. Davis, boring as hell to watch, very ineffective in ERA, always in the fours, a whip over 1.5. Good innings eater, not much more beyond that. Joel Pineiro signs a 2-year deal with the Angels for $16 million, spurning the Mets, spurning the Dodgers, and signing with the club that came in late. There's an article about Pineiro that can be found at rototimes.com where I break down his performance. Bottom line is he led the league in ground ball to fly ball ratio last year, also led the league in fewest walks per 9 innings pitched. Both those marks vastly outpaced what he'd ever done previously. Look for the numbers to recede a bit this year, and with that, look for his production to also recede. Good effort for the Angels to sign him. He's a good major league pitcher, adds nice depth to that rotation. Fantasy perspective, though, not good, and he will not duplicate what he did last season. Octavio Dotel signed a deal, 1 year, $3 million is the early report, to close for the Pirates. Hanrahan and Meek didn't look like they were going to get the job done, or at least the team wasn't comfortable giving them the opportunity to get the job done. So they bring in Dotel. Dotel will have to keep the home runs down. He'll have to lower his walk rate, which was over 5 per 9 innings last year, and as well as figure out a way to get left-handed batters out. He had a whip of over 2 against them. But he continues to be a strikeout force. Got the second best strikeout to 9 inning ratio in the history of baseball of any hurdler that's thrown at least 750 innings in their career. Dotel's a good signing, cheap signing, good move for the Pirates who needed some help in the ninth. Joe Blanton signs a 3-year deal for $24 million with the Phillies, thereby avoiding the arbitration process. Probably a little bit much for Blanton, who's more of an innings eater than anything else, but he'll go out there and give you his 190 innings, middling ERA and whip ratios right around the league average, 150 strikeouts. Good signing, adds nice depth, keeps him in a place where he's been successful in the past with the Phillies. Vincente Padilla, 1 year, $5 million with the Dodgers. Dodgers last out on Pineiro. They had to do something. They're familiar with Padilla. He was with the club at the end of last season. Don't look for him to continue what he did late in the year and into the playoffs. Padilla's not that good. He still, though, can throw 180 innings, give you decent ratios, strike out a few batters. Not an awful signing at that price, but again, not a difference maker for the Dodgers. Broxton, Jonathan that is, the closer for the Dodgers, signs a 2-year deal for $11 million. Great signing there, completely dominating force on the hill. Massive physical presence, massive heat, strikeout numbers. Very few, if any, pitchers in baseball are more dominating than Jonathan Broxton. Great signing there. Aroldis Chapman, big news with the Reds, came in, signed the big deal, came out of nowhere to kind of come in at the last second and get the Cuban defector. At this point, not certain what he's going to do. Scouts have kind of come out now and said he really should begin the year at high A, maybe double A. Doesn't look like we're going to see much of him at any in the first half of the season. Look for him to come along in the second half, make a few appearances here and there, either out of the pen or out of the rotation. Look for 2011 to be the year he really makes his mark at the major league level. And finally, Geovany Soto, out of shape last year, had a terrible season after a strong rookie year. Lost 40 pounds. Apparently in 4 months, he lost 40 pounds, which leads you to believe one of two things. A, he was extremely overweight, or B, well, he was extremely overweight. Look for the loss of weight for Soto behind the dish to help him retain and regain some of the value he lost after a terrible second season in the bigs. Cubs really are looking forward to him doing a better job handling the pitching staff as well as providing the offense that led to 20-plus home runs that first season. I'm Ray Flowers. This is BaseballGuys.com, and I'll talk to you later.